In 1972, post-colonial New Guinea politician Yali asked Jared Diamond a seemingly simple question.
Why you white men have so much cargo and we New Guineans have so little?
This question outlines the most important one in history. Why did Eurasia conquer the rest of the world and not the other way around? Jared Diamond explains that it's because of geographic luck. 14,000 years ago, humans had migrated to every corner of the globe. All were living in hunter-gatherer societies. Prior to 10,000 years ago, all societies in New Guinea were hunter-gatherers. New Guinea is an extremely tropical island. It is covered with rainforests and is home to an incredibly diverse array of birds and small marsupials, such as the Huon tree kangaroo, long-fingered triac, and long-beaked echidna. However, none of these are large enough to provide a sufficient amount of food to the occupants of the island. They must collect everything that they eat. Because of this, occupants of New Guinea, thousands of years before the advent of farming, noticed how plants grew. So they took their stone axes and cut down the trees that did not produce good food. And over time, they domesticated plants on the island, cutting down trees so that only the ones that produced good food grew in the great quantities. So with the knowledge they possessed, it is natural that they began farming 10,000 years ago, about the same time as everyone else. At this point, most societies had similar technology, stone tools, and ways to make thatched huts or buildings out of local plants. They also made complex cities out of these weaved buildings. No small feat in a tropical environment. However, this was as far as Papua New Guinea society would progress. Environmental and geographic limitations would stop New Guineans from advancing any further technologically. New Guinea, despite making many advancements in farming technology, such as irrigated growing trays and cliffside farms, lacked the tools to make it any more efficient. Being an island that had been isolated since its separation from Gondwanaland, a supercontinent connecting the Solomon Islands, Australia, and Papua New Guinea, it had not had any contact until Polynesian and Malaysian sailors started visiting the island a few thousand years ago. But even then, trade was very limited. Because of this, New Guinea was only able to make stone tools. The only metal to ever come in contact with the island pre-European colonization was imported by a small society in the north, who had kept its smithing a secret. And with no natural metal supply in New Guinea, production very limited. They are further limited by the animals in New Guinea. Only small marsupials evolved on New Guinea. However, none of them were domesticable. And this made farming an extremely difficult and time-consuming task, especially in the tropical climate. This shows how geographically unlucky New Guinea is. This unlucky environment meant that even though New Guinea societies became very skilled at making stone tools and pottery, they were unable to advance very far past that because of their isolation and lack of native materials that could have led to more technology. Until European conquest, they had neither experienced more advanced technology nor, vitally, disease. These diseases, after European conquest, devastated populations on almost all Pacific islands. Not only were these diseases brought exclusively from Eurasia, like smallpox and influenza, but New Guinea didn't have outside contact, which meant that they only had encountered diseases native to New Guinea, and had not experienced even their neighbors' diseases. With very limited trade and exposure to other civilizations, the only thing they were ever successful in importing to New Guinea prior to colonial expansion was pigs and chicken, neither of which gave particular advantages to the native population. As such, when the island was colonized in the early 1800s, the nations on the island were unable to fight back. Their geographic unluckiness meant that Europeans were able to take over the island with, by that time, incredibly sophisticated and advanced technology and weaponry in a scene mirrored hundreds of times over the world. Because of all these factors, if I had to grade New Guinea's geographic luckiness, I would give them a D. because even though they were able to make some incredibly advanced art and stone tools, because of their lack of resources, they were unable to advance far past early agricultural technology.